What's up, guys? It's your boy Blam, and we're back with another banger. Today we are doing the gun, I guess, bows and stuff tier list and guitars now. Before we hop in this video, guys, if we get this video to 2,000 likes, I'm gonna be giving away some perma fruits. So let me know down below, guys, what perma fruits you want, and smash that like and subscribe button. We are so close to 15K. Let's see if we can hit it. All right, guys, so first off, there is a big change that they did to guns, guys. This is the change. Well, I think they nerfed it, but I can't find it. But basically, you can also now upgrade your weapons, and basically you can add like a little bit extra damage. All right, so there you go. So let's go start off with the tier list, guys. With the first item, we got the slingshot. Now, this is the first gun you get in the game. It does the least damage out of all the guns. We'll probably just delete this tier. There's no real point. However, it is convenient for grinding. All right, you can use it to like group up enemies, and it shoots pretty fast. I think it's one of the fastest guns in the game. And it's all right for combos too. We'll give it solid maybe B tier. All right, we might readjust that later. All right, next up we got the musket. Now this one you can get in the same spot as the slingshot, and it's also very, very cheap. However, this is probably one of the worst ones. It does have more damage, but its reload time is a lot longer, so it's actually even worse. And yeah, I just don't really think it has one good move, guys. The X move has some good combo potential, but overall it's just not the greatest, especially because there's the refined musket that is better. All right, next up we have the flintlock. This one you get in Middletown if you guys don't have it already. It's pretty decent grinding weapon, but and it's pretty good for slingshot as well, but it's not like the greatest in the game. Doesn't really have a whole lot of combo potential, so I don't necessarily recommend getting the flintlock. All right, the refined flintlock is a better version. It has a stun attack, which is really, really nice and really, really good for combos. So I'm gonna give the refined flintlock A tier. I think it's a really, really good weapon there. All right, next up we have the cannon. The cannon, you get this from the same place as the refined. You get it from the advanced weapons dealer. It has good knockback, which is pretty decent. So it's good for fighting bounty hunters to escape. However, with Race Awakening V4, I don't think it's going to be as useful. So we're going to give this into the B tier because we do have the bazooka, which is better than the cannon. It's just like an upgraded version. All right, next up we have the refined musket, which is an upgraded version of the musket. That is pretty good for combos, etc., and it's fairly easy to get, so we're going to give it solid A tier. The X move, bold pistol arrow, has very, very nice combo potential, but its damage kind of sucks. And the one annoying thing about it, guys, is the attacks require high mastery. So it's not too bad nowadays, but just note that you're going to have to grind a little bit, especially considering it's hard to grind mastery on guns. So just take that into note for this one specifically. All right, next up we have Acidium Rifle. Now, a lot of people use this for combos. It's a really, really nice weapon. I know a lot of people like to use this one for PvP. How you get this one? Yeah, basically it has the ability to break stun, observation hockey, which is really freaking amazing. And it also has a really nice large AoE stun move. It's pretty easy to get. You just have to destroy the factory. And yeah, it has about a 20% drop rate, and I think if you get the game pass it's like a 40% drop rate, so it's pretty easy to get. Definitely highly recommended. It's pretty much good for everything, and it's one of the best guns in the game, and I'm pretty sure this is like the one you want to get, especially considering how easy it is to get, especially if you're like in the 3rd C. Next up we have the kabucha. The kabucha is, you get this one from Usopp on Usopp's island in the 2nd C. It's a decent one. It has some nice combos. I'm going to give it some credit. I'm going to drop it here in the S tier. So it has a nice knockback. So you want to pair it with some dashing moves. The wiki recommends Shisui or Kavan. Yeah, Shisui or Kavander. And then, or Spiky Trident. So basically good dashing swords. But the knockback is pretty nice, and it also breaks the observation hockey with its X attack intense wind. So definitely a highly, highly recommended gun there. Next up we have the Bazaar Rifle. It's underrated a little bit. And it's pretty easy to get. You just have to talk to El Rodolfo in the cursed ship and have 25 ectoplasm, which is so easy to grind. It's decent. We're gonna give it not this one. We're gonna give it a solid, as it's the upgraded version of the wait, what the bizarre rifle. It's decent. We're gonna give it a solid A tier. But because it also has a nice little stun effect. Might be a little high though. All right, next up we have the serpent bow. Serpent bow is you get this one from Boa, obviously. Boa, come on. It breaks observation hockey, which is really, really nice. So pretty good for combos. And it also has a very, very fast attack. And it also has a stun. I'm gonna give it a solid S tier. Definitely a highly recommended thing. There is a gun, guys, that's mentioned in the wiki. It's called the shotgun. However, I don't believe this is actually in the game unless you're an admin. So we're not gonna be adding that to the thing. All right, next up we have the bazooka. You get this by Whisper, the level 500 boss in Upper Skylands. It's not the greatest, but it is a slightly better version of cannon, so we're gonna give it some credit. It's not really that great for combos, but it is like, it's a lot like the cannon, but maybe slightly better. And I believe it also has the highest damage of any gun, so we'll give it some credit, but it's not good for combos. All right, next up we have the refined slingshot, basically a better version of the slingshot. Obviously, it's faster, stronger, and more powerful, so you can't really complain. I'm gonna give it a solid A tier. Definitely a decent one. Also pretty nice for setting up combos, so we'll give it some credit. All right, and lastly we have soul guitar. You get this on the final island. Yeah, I'll show you guys exactly how. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about this one. This one's one of the better. We'll pull up Axior's video. So this one has 2 attacks. It has Soul Shaker and El Diablo. So this is what the attacks look like. This one hasn't really been tested in PvP, but since it's a mythical gun, I'm sure it's gonna be good. It has really, really nice M1 right there. Look at that. It looks like it has really large range, so you don't even have to like aim it at all, which is pretty nice. Soul Shaker is like a more powerful attack. I believe this one also stuns. Take a look at that. You can hold it in to charge it. I believe that also breaks hockey as well. Then we have El Diablo right here. Looks pretty freaking sick, if I do say so myself. I think that's more of like an AoE attack. Look at that, guys. That's just freaking insane, man. That's the X move. Look at that M1 damage. You're doing about like, what was that, 1800? 1600? That's kind of low, actually. But there you go. There's that. Yeah, so both these moves break observation, so that's really nice. And Z has a nice stun, and Diablo does a lot of damage, so I definitely highly recommend it, guys. I still believe it is the best gun. We'll have to wait to see like what kind of combos people come up with for like bounty hunting, etc. But overall, guys, I definitely think you guys should try to get the soul guitar and try to get that mastery up. The newer weapons require a lot of mastery. This one requires 300, which might be a lot, but it is a really good gun. So I highly recommend you guys pick this one up.